You've started the new year off on the right foot, planning and preparing for your best year yet, and you know that a live event is on the docket for 2015. You're really itching to get out from behind your computer screen and in front of your dream ideal clients because you want to impact them in a different way, in a way that's personal and in person and exclusive. And those are all really great reasons to host a workshop. But a lot of times what my clients are finding is that it's really difficult to take that first step to figure out what it is that you're going to teach. You might have a lot of really great ideas. You might have a lot of really great people saying you should teach this in a live setting. But what can be really difficult is battling that overwhelm, picking a topic that you want to sell and launch and commit to, and turning it into action and turning it into a planning process that you can really get behind. So in order to help you get over this first hurdle, I am going to teach you 3 tips, or give you 3 tips today that are going to help you figure out what it is that you want to teach, what it is that you're going to build your workshop around, and then you can get down to the business of planning, launching, and selling that bad boy already. So I'm Lauren Caselli. I am a workshop, retreat, and conference planner for creative entrepreneurs like you. And today I'm breaking down all the barriers that might be built up in order for you to figure out what it is that you want to teach, what it is that you want to bring to your ideal clients in a live setting. So the first tip, number 1, look in your blog archives. I mean, sounds really super simple and super easy, but usually the best blog ideas, the best workshop ideas are somewhere in your blog. It's somewhere that you've already, something you've already discussed, something you've already brought to your ideal clients and they love, that they rave about, that they ask you about over and over and over again. And if you don't have a blog, but you have an e-course, maybe it's a lesson in your e-course that really resonated with people. Maybe it's a post on Facebook that you posted that people are chiming in saying, oh yes, me too, I totally feel that same way. So look at what you've already done, what's already resonating with people, what people are commenting on and loving. And start writing down some ideas. Get into your notebook and write down, people really want to learn how to create a landing page. People want to really figure out how to get booked out, so they're not scrambling to take on projects and feeling overwhelmed. So look at these things. Look at the problems that your clients are facing over and over and over again, and start writing them down in your notebook. Number 2, pick something you're passionate about. Now this sounds really silly because everybody talks about it, pick your passion. Well, that's not really what I'm saying. I'm saying pick something that you feel comfortable mentoring another business owner or another mom or another teenager, whoever your ideal client is. Pick something that you feel comfortable mentoring about. So for example, if you're a graphic designer, you don't have to teach someone how to be a graphic designer. Chances are they already know how to be a graphic designer. And maybe they just want your input or your ideas or your stories to help them build their business in a constructive way. It's not, workshops and events and conferences don't always have to be, I'm going to teach you how to do what I do. Because it would be really boring. Sometimes it could be a really boring event. So pick something you're passionate about. One really great example of this is Leah Kalamakis she's a graphic designer, but she does Stress Less and Impress, which is an organizational systems e-course. So that's something that, isn't really super related to graphic design, but it's something that people love and people really want to see, to buy into that course. So just think about the things in your business that you really love to do, that you would feel comfortable standing up and talking to people about. In my business, and this is kind of random, but I'm an event planner. I like to encourage other women and support other women to teach in front of their ideal clients. But something that's really important to me is creating community, not only online, but in person. And so that's something that I am super passionate about that's not really related to event planning. So that's just one example of something that you could do. So anyway, so pick something you're passionate about. Just because you're a photographer doesn't mean you need to teach people how to take photographs. Sometimes it's just you sharing your business knowledge that is going to be really super helpful. And so the last thing that I wanted to bring up when deciding, what kind of what kind of workshop topic you should have is flip the format on its head. You know, a lot of times clients come to me and they say, well, you know, I have to have breakfast and then I have to do a session in the morning, then I have to have lunch, then I have to do a session in the afternoon. And that can sometimes lead to a big overwhelm because they're like, I don't have 3 different lessons that I want to teach. You know, I don't have, 3 different takeaways that I want people to get from this event. I just want to be in a room. I just want to feel that creative energy, and I want us to all feel like we can share stories and things like that. So flip it on its head. You don't have to do the standard corporate, business card exchange and then networking, and then you don't have to do that at all. There's a conference in LA called the Designer Vacay, and basically that's all it is. It's 3 or 4 days, something like that, where designers and creatives get together and vacation. There's a couple sessions, I think, at night, there's a dinner together, and then there might be like 1 session throughout the day, but then the rest of the day is you as a creative, away from your, email, away from your, typical business responsibilities, just being inspired and getting creative. And that is something that as creatives, how challenging it can be to get into the headspace where you can be creative. So flip the idea on its head. If you have, if you want to do a mastermind, if you want to do, a group kind of story sharing, storytelling, business, lessons from business entrepreneurs, do it. Like, that is something that your community probably wants to hear from you. So those are my 3 tips. Number 1, pick an idea that you already have. Look in your blog archives, see what resonates with people. That's the first place to go if you're stuck. Number 2, pick something you're passionate about. Doesn't have to be part of your business. Could be, that you're a mom and a business owner and a mom, and you want to teach people how to juggle it, or at least attempt to juggle it, because I know sometimes that's really hard. And number 3, flip the format on its head. Don't feel like you have to fit inside the box. Feel like, you can go totally outside of your comfort zone. And do something completely and totally unique. If you're mulling over some conference or retreat or workshop ideas, please drop them in the comments below. Let me know what you're struggling with so I can help you. I'm happy to comment on any ideas, give you some food for thought, and help you move along the journey of planning your first or next workshop or live event. So thanks so much for being here, and I will see you next time.